Checkatrade.com.
Sometimes I do wonder about myself. But welcome guys to another episode of the AFC Wimbledon Return to Glory. We are on episode number 7 and we are going into the
Checkatrade.com
Southern Section semi-final against Southampton under-23s. This is going to be a tough fixture. One of our star players, Jake Hesketh, comes from the Southampton youth system, so we know that they can produce some good players. But before we get into that game, my question of the day for you guys is let me know what the best save you have ever had on Football Manager has been. How long did it go? Who did you sign? What did you win? What club were you with? All of that good stuff. I want to talk to you guys about Football Manager, about everything that ever pops into my mind. And while you guys are doing that, we are going to go look at the fixtures that we have played since you were last with us. Okay, so the last episode had us play Millwall in the
Checkatrade.com
Trophy South third round, and we managed to knock them out, winning 3-1, but then we lost to Rochdale at home. Rochdale aren't even playing that well at the moment, but then we did go on a decent run of form apart from our defeat to Sheffield United. We did beat Gillingham 4-2. We then lost that game to Sheffield United, losing 4-2. We then knocked out Portsmouth from the quarter-finals of the Checkatrade Trophy, getting a 3-3 draw and then winning on penalties before beating Charlton and Coventry at home and then drawing against Shrewsbury away. Now what that has done to the table is we are sitting 1 point above Milton Keynes. They also dropped some points, so the race is still on. Peterborough are only 7 points behind us, and then after that there's about a 10-point gap between us and Swindon and Walsall. So we're looking good to get promoted, but we do want to stay above Milton Keynes. Now as you can see, we do have an issue. We have two of our star midfielders, well basically they're both suspended, and we have Bedeling cup tied. So we're going to have to make some changes, bring in some players. Dean Parrott hopefully won't get a second yellow card, or Jake Reeves, or Lyle Taylor. Wow, we're struggling. Bring in Chris Robertson, and we shall take Bedeling off for Robinson. And then we're going to have to take Hesketh off for... do we even have a central midfielder? I suppose Abdo maybe. Not really though. Alright, we'll leave it like that and go into the game. Hopefully pick up another victory and go to the
Checkatrade.com
South final. I'm not sure how many more times I'm going to do that. So we're going into the game with our usual 4-3-3. We have Gogic in goal with Fraser Shaw at left back, Josh Pasley at right back, Robertson and William Nightingale at centre back. Dean Parrott and Jake Reeves are joined by Alfie Egan, and the forward lineup is Dominic Pollion, Lyle Taylor and Liam Cougans. And as we can see, this Southampton side is playing a 4-3-3. I think that's Alex McCarthy in goal, who's a decent goalkeeper. Yoshida, Gardos, Martina, Harrison Reed and Matthew Target all in this side. So this is a very good side we're coming up against. Hopefully we can get an upset here, because I'm sure we're not the favourites. This may be the end of our Checkatrade Trophy run, but a victory here would make us look good for when we go up to the Championship. Okay, nothing has happened in the first 10 minutes. They have had more shots than us, but our shot has been on target. No shots have been from distance. Oh, actually ours was from distance. What am I talking about? Read the stats properly, JNO. And nothing has happened in the first 20 minutes either. Alright, Egan now has the ball. Plays it out to Pasley. Pasley puts it back into Egan, to Taylor, to Cougans. One more. Through to Pollion. Oh, he's hit it wide. That could have been a little smoother, that build-up right at the end there. And then Pollion would have had a better angle to shoot with. But the first chance that is a highlight drops to us. Taylor now has the ball, puts it into Cougans, who wins it, has a shot. McCarthy saves it at the near post. The highlights have been in our favour. The stats suggest that maybe we're getting better chances, but McCarthy is going to be a tough keeper for our players to beat. Wonder if McCarthy would come to AFC Wimbledon if we get promoted. Might be a decent signing. Okay, so we go into half-time 0-0. So guys, today the small thing I want to talk to you about while it's half-time is the whole Chinese Super League situation. I don't understand why people are surprised that football players with a very short career span, like length, are going to a league which will pay them stupid amounts of money in a year or two that they could probably retire on for the rest of their life there and then. No one knows how well this league is going to do. We don't know if this league is going to carry on spending this kind of money. We don't know if the league will shut because it's spending too much money. We don't know if it will be a rousing success or an absolute failure. But right now, if I got offered to work for 2 years and I had to go to China or anywhere and I'd be paid even half or a quarter of what these guys are getting paid, I would take it, even though I'm 30 and, you know, maybe I should do this, maybe I should do that instead. That is a ridiculous amount of money that sets you up for life if you use it wisely. Doesn't matter if you're in the prime of your career. That money might never be on offer again to you. So if you think about your family, you think about your future, you're taking that money no matter what. Anyway, that's all I've got to say about the Chinese Super League thing with all these big players moving over there. I understand where they're coming from. I'd rather these players stayed in a competitive league, but you've got to respect that they got to get as much money as possible in their 10 to 20 year career span. Anyway, back to the game where we could potentially beat Southampton in an away tie in the Checkatrade Trophy. So we're going to go with calm because we are away. I'm going to go, I'm pleased with how things are going, which seems to have a positive effect. Hopefully we can snatch a goal. It's quite even, this match, by the looks of it. I think first goal, first blood, may be the one that picks up the victory. I wish I didn't say that now. Callum Slattery has scored an absolute blinding goal from distance. Let's have a look at this in 3D. This was a cracking strike. It gets headed out. Slattery picks it up. It goes through a sea of players. Oh, it takes a deflection as well. I hate deflections when they don't go my way. Right, let's have a little calm and show some passion. Hopefully get the boys back into the game, although Ivan has skipped past his man. Looks like he's going to get a cross into Barnes, who manages to score with a very weak header. And the hope that we had from the first half is very quickly dissipating. Just look at... oh, that just hits players as well. That's 2 goals that just are FM's way of saying, screw you, JNO. You aren't going to have success in the Checkatrade Trophy because you keep taking the mick out of its name. We've got 2 players on 6.2, we've got a player on 6.3, we've got 2 yellow cards. Polyon's going to have to come off. We're going to put on Dallavale because he can play false 9. And then we'll change Nightingale as well for Darius Charles, who hopefully won't go and get himself a yellow card or a red card. Okay, we have not had a chance this second half, so whatever they've changed, probably a very good team talk by their manager, has just stretched the gap between us. It was 0-0, we're now 2-0 down. We're coming up to 10 minutes time left. It doesn't look like we are going to continue in the Checkatrade Trophy. And as it looks like we're going to get promoted, that probably is, at least hopefully is, the last time we will ever be in the Checkatrade Trophy, unless we manage to get our under-23 side in it. And there we have it, full time. We lost 2-0, but we knew going into this game that Southampton have a very good youth system, so they were going to have good players in that under-23 side. On the plus side, we can now focus on the league, where we are at the moment top of the table, and our next fixture is coming up against Walsall at home. Hopefully another 3 points so we can stay above Milton Keynes. Okay guys, so we're going into a home tie against Walsall, and as you can see they're playing a very defensive 4-2-3-1 there, but we are going with the 4-3-3 again. We've got some players back in, so Gogic starts in goal, Pasley and Mides are the 2 wing backs, Beadling and Robertson as the 2 centre backs, Jake Hesketh, Jake Reeves and Dean Parrott as the 3-man midfield, behind Dominic Pollyon, Lyle Taylor and Dallavale. And we're coming up against that ridiculously defensive formation. Is that Isaiah Osborne there? I'm not sure that's the position he would usually be in though, if it is the Chelsea one. So I don't think that is the player I'm thinking of. Nobody stands out from that team to me, so I'm hoping that means we can pick up the victory here today. Okay, so we kick off and it is Mides with the ball to Reeves, to Hesketh. Can we get an early kick-off goal here? That would be the ideal situation, of course, but Walsall pick up the ball, play it out wide, and that is the end of that highlight. But we do have a corner here. Polyon manages to get in the end of the ball, put it in the back of the net after it looked like Delavallee challenged for the ball in the air. We are leading 1-0. Hopefully Milton Keynes will drop points so we can get a little bit of a cushion, a little bit of a gap between us and them. Delavallee runs backwards and heads that to Polyon, which was a pretty decent and impressive decision by him there. So at the moment, as it stands, we will be 3 points clear of MK Dons at the top of the table. For some reason, my focus attacks has dropped down and covered the scorelines. Can we find the Milton Keynes game? There it is. So it's 0-0 at the moment. Milton Keynes playing at home against Shrewsbury. So if it stays like that, or if they drop points, which they just have because Shrewsbury have scored a penalty, we now have a 4-point gap. This is ideal if we can make sure we still win this game. Come on Shrewsbury, do us a favour. Shrewsbury have scored again, so if we can score again, it's looking like we will widen the gap. Taylor is through now as well, shoots. It's in. It looks like Etheridge has messed up his save there. He did look like he made the save. I was about to say that in my commentary, but then he manages to fluff his lines by some strange circumstance. Like right here, it looks like he saved it. And then to go pick it up, he pushes it into the net. You see that way too much in Football Manager at the moment. Hopefully they can realise that. Hopefully maybe I should go to the forums and report it. Hopefully they can fix that in a patch of some sort. But it's getting ridiculous watching keepers put it into their own net. Oh, open wide at the back post. We've just gone and got a 2-goal cushion and we throw it away straight away. Macris manages to run past my defenders. And look, he's just wide open at the back post. The marking there is terrible. Gogic can't get a strong hand to it and put it out wide. Time for some substitutions. Josh Pasley is playing absolutely terrible. And we don't have someone that can play right back. Great. Fantastic. We'll take off Robertson because we don't want too many people on the pitch that could get a yellow. 6.7 with Lyle Taylor, so we'll take him off for Cougans, and then we'll swap Cougans around with Laura Delavallee. We just need to hold on to this 2-1 lead, because if we drop points as well, we will not build up that nice cushion to keep us at the top of the table. Okay, so we have Reeves on the ball, playing it out to Medes. Medes holds it up, plays it to Parrott, who plays it to Polyon. There's people inside, finds Hesketh, through to Delavallee, through to Cougans. Oh, he's hit it straight at the keeper. That could have been 3-1 if Cougans just had his shooting boots on. It's hoofed back in. It's going to fall to Reeves, to Hesketh. Can we build another chance here? Passy has the ball, plays it into Hesketh again, to Delavallee. Why do all of that if there's no highlight at the end of it? Just make me waste my breath for no reason. God. Okay, so we've got Jack Reeves putting the ball in. Jake, not Jack. And I thought that was a penalty for a moment there. Is it a penalty? It's showing offside at the bottom of the screen, but it is a penalty. That confused me. It looked like the animations for a penalty, but it was showing offside at the bottom. Beadling is actually pretty damn good at penalties, which you just see there. Beadling has 14 penalties for a defender. That is ridiculous, especially in League One. So he's the man that steps up and slots it into the bottom right. Nice and comfortable. Keepers are nowhere near it. Alright, so we're comfortable now, 3-0 ahead, 3-1 ahead, sorry. MK Dons have scored a goal, so they're only losing by 2-1. And we're only winning by 3-2 because Gogic doesn't just put it out for a corner. He drops it at the feet of their striker. If we go up, we need to improve our defence and maybe our goalkeeper as well. I'm hoping Gogic becomes good. He's got potential, according to my coaches, but he's making some silly mistakes, and so does Shea. It's crossed in, Delavallee 4-2. We're back comfortable again with another 2-goal cushion. Third time in this game we've had that 2-goal cushion. Shrewsbury is still beating Milton Keynes as well, but Hesketh finds Parrott. Parrott with a ball over the top to Pasley. Pasley inside to Delavallee, who bangs it into the bottom left. Keeper just gets on one knee like he's about to propose to Delavallee because he's just got such lovely blonde hair. He's just such a good looking Finnish man. Okay, so it looks like the ref is going to blow the whistle after this free kick. What a free kick by Jake Reeves. Wasn't expecting that at all, but what a sublime free kick from Jake Reeves, winning us this game 5-2. It didn't feel comfortable for the majority of the game, but we are finishing it. Did he try to header save that? Etheridge just tried to save that with his head. What on earth is their keeper on? Wow. Okay, well that is the end of the game, and we have managed to win the game 5-2, whilst I'm pretty sure our big league rivals Milton Keynes have dropped points. They lost to Shrewsbury 2-1. Where are Shrewsbury? Shrewsbury are fighting to get out of the relegation spots, but have taken points away from home at the MK Stadium. We are now 4 points clear of Milton Keynes. We are coming to the final stretch of the season now as well. So as you can see, we only have the Sky Bet League 1 fixtures left. We will of course come back for this Milton Keynes game, have 2 of them every year if we both go up. So next year we should have 2 games against Milton Keynes as well. So we'll probably start the episode with that Tuesday kickoff 1945 game at the King's Meadow against Milton Keynes, and then we will play Fleetwood Town as well, who I believe are 12th. There you go. I don't believe they're 12th, I know they're 12th. We will come back for those 2 games, and then we will probably come back for whatever fixtures decide who wins the league or who wins promotion, depending on how well we do. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you've enjoyed the content, make sure to subscribe if you're new. Hit that like button, it helps me out so much. All your support helps me out. You can check out my Patreon page and my Twitter and my other channel, JNO United. All of those links are in the description. I've been JNO, you guys have been awesome, and we are starting to look like we could win League One.